Forces, bleh. All right, let's go play some Ad Nauseam.
Meanwhile.
All right. So after taking a little Magic the Gathering quiz, we're back to play some modern format, and we're playing the post Simian Spirit version of Ad Nauseam. So this deck is in fact playing Ad Nauseam. It's not playing any Simian Spirit guides. To that end, we're not playing Lightning Storm in the main deck anymore, as we cannot pick up on our entire deck and throw it at our opponent with Lightning Storm. So surely this deck must be dead and cannot win any games, and therefore should be discarded forever, right? Wrong. So Ad Nauseam is still a relevant way to win the game with this deck. One difference from the previous version that we played is this deck is not playing any number of the blue hideaway land, which I thought was quite excellent in the other version we played. For tucking away a Thassa's Oracle, but this version is not playing as many win conditions, so I do understand why. So what we're trying to do here is win with Thassa's Oracle, and we can do that in one of two ways. If we have a Thassa's Oracle in our hand, we use either Angel's Grace or Phyrexian Unlife to allow us to go to 0 or lower until at least end of turn. Then we can use either Spoils of the Vault to look through our whole deck for a card that doesn't exist, which will exile our deck, and then we can win with Thassa's Oracle. Or we can use Ad Nauseam to exile our entire deck, and then cast Thassa's Oracle. Ad Nauseam, in the case of casting Ad Nauseam, we do get to pick up our 3 Pact of Negations, so it should be pretty hard for our opponent to win at that point. Also, with playing the Ad Nauseam, all we need is the extra 2 mana, and we'll have no problem casting the Thassa's Oracle afterwards. So the biggest difference between this deck in the current version and the previous version is 5 or 6 mana is no longer going to be enough for us to win the game. If we want to win the game with Ad Nauseam with Angel's Grace into Thassa's Oracle, we need a total of 8 mana. And if we want to win the game with Ad Nauseam into Oracle with Phyrexian Unlife already in play, we need 7. However, the way you win with Angel's Grace, Thassa's Oracle, and Spoils or double Spoils is still fairly cheap on mana, coming in as low as 4 mana in a single turn, or even 3 if you have a Thassa's Oracle and a Spoils of the Vault. So you could, in theory, play turn 1 land, turn 2 Pentad Prism, turn 3 Unlife, and win on turn 4. And we have some main deck Thoughtseize to help us do that. We also have copies of Lotus Bloom to accelerate us a little bit. And 6 cantrips in the form of Serum Visions and Sleight of Hand. So I do not know how successful this deck will be, but I have some hope. It should be reasonable against most aggressive strategies, reasonable-ish against some controlling strategies, and depending on what form of black mid-range we run into, we could be in big trouble in game ones. We do have a wide slew of sideboard options. Leyline of Sanctity, of course, will brick the hell out of our discard and burn opponents. Bontu's Last Reckoning will help with super aggressive decks. Spell Pierce can deal with interaction on the stack, same with Mystical Dispute. Echoing Truth can deal with some permanent-based disruption. And then the one of Lightning Storm is a very interesting choice. I believe that is to be brought in when you're playing against control decks, because they'll give you a lot more time to set up to have multiple paths to victory, and having Ad Nauseam be a potential win at instant speed is definitely something we want access to. So we're going to hop into a Modern League.
Meanwhile.
For tonight, this is going to be the only one I'm recording. I might play some more Modern afterwards. We'll see. Have you ever zoomed in on the art in Ad Nauseam? I hadn't. I mean, the general idea of it is horrifying enough that I don't feel the need to. What part do you want me zooming in on? Because this is all horrible. It's got a good, like, tongue-in-cheek sort of one-line horror stories. Oh, I know he's got stumps for arms. Yeah, with the implication being that he literally worked himself to the bone. Constantly copying out whatever that glyph or hieroglyphic is or whatever. Yes, it's pretty messed up. It's very sort of Phyrexian feeling, which is appropriate for that's from a Lara block, right? So that would be Grixis. It's very Grixis. New Phyrexia is the most wonderfully horrific set that they've ever put out. I mean, that one really gives me chills with a lot of the art, with a lot of the flavor text, and just a lot of the card concepting. And they really did a good job. They really fantastically did a good job. Well, I heard that the limited was interesting. Not necessarily. Yeah, it looks like an awful set to. Yeah, it's very. You get put in a camp of either playing Infect or not Infect, and there's not a huge amount of flexibility once you're in one lane or the other, but yeah. At least the pump spells suck. I guess so. You don't like Tainted Strike? It gives the creature Infect. I want the die roll. It's exactly what I wanted to do. But I don't want to keep that hand. But I do want to keep this hand. For anyone who's thinking this looks like a kill, it is not yet. We need a lot more mana than this. This actually might be a mulligan because this pact is currently unplayable. I mean, I think I am going to keep this, but this is not one of the better hands we could pick up. I suppose the pact could be good if we get to the 7 mana required to win the game and we need to defend the Ad Nauseam we want to play. But blue. Alright. Alright. We do eventually need double blue, so let's do that. Yeah, no acceleration here is no good, but against potentially blue deck, having Phyrexian Unlife copy number 2 might be alright. So, see how she goes. Okay. Okay, that's not a bad draw. Yeah. Phyrexian Unlife. The island's pretty. Yeah, this is a Kaldheim one. It's got the Aurora Borealis at this time of year, in this part of the country, localized entirely on this island. And in the background, you can see that's the World Tree. So if my opponent wants, if I keep the card on top, they can force me to shuffle. I'm going to bottom it anyway, because I don't want a second Angel's Grace. We could end up playing a value Ad Nauseam this game. That could be an important play for us. Cycle Shark Typhoon, X = 1. You got it. I don't know if there's a visible difference. I assume there wouldn't be, but there could be. Probably within an individual season, they would look different. But if you were to take... because like Australia is in summer when the other half of the world is in winter, so it's possible that on a 6, if you were to adjust their adjust the way it looks by 6 months, in either direction that you could get it to look the same. Not popping the Field of Ruin. I do not understand what's going on here, but that's okay. They don't have a second blue, so they cannot hardcast a Force of Negation yet, or an Archmage's Charm is even further away. Their mana situation's really not being kind to them. So I'll play the mana out so I can afford a mana leak. Play Phyrexian Unlife. Even the flushing direction is different. Yeah. Coriolis effect. Freaking third Unlife. Well, at least I'm glad I did cast that. We are getting close to... That's going to put us up to 7 mana. So actually, we could actually be able to win the game next turn. We'll see what happens here. Path's their own shark. You're a monster. Damn, they've got 2 blue now. It's all over, people. It's all over, people. We don't have a prayer. Okay, so I'm definitely jamming an Ad Nauseam here for a bunch of reasons. I'm pretty sure this is how we're gonna win this game right here. Oh yeah. Okay, so we just won the game, I believe. The way this could go sideways for us. Oh, it's still my turn. But I can keep the right number of cards that this won't be a problem. So I'm just going to keep the perfect 7 after this. The only danger... Oh, I need a Plains to be in my deck right now, otherwise I'm going to fail to find here. That's okay. I think we'll be okay. We have 3 Pacts. Do I wish to repeat this? Nope. Alright, you've successfully fielded me. So, if they have a field or... No, the only thing that I think will beat me now is a field. Because what they can do is they can destroy my City of Brass, and then I won't have white mana during my upkeep to make sure I don't lose the game by decking. So we go end step here. So I need to keep an Angel's Grace and an Oracle. I can keep 2 Oracles if I want. So they shouldn't be able to beat me with Cryptic. Just gonna make sure that I have enough of everything. So I want 3 Pacts, 2 Grace, 2 Oracles, basically. So 1 Grace, 1 Oracle, 2 Oracle, 1 Pact, 2 Grace, 3 Pacts. Okay. Okay. Banger. All right, opponent. Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. All right, they did not have it. Opponent goes discard hand size. Angel's Grace. Dream in the street. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Dream in the street. Oh no, I've got a poison counter. Roy, how much danger do you think I'm in? Many? Many units of danger? That's the oracle. Spell Snare. Pact. Okay. Roy, hit him with the Lamau. Pact. Did it? I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. All right, deck already seems better than the previous version we played. Ad Nauseam confirmed better than Inverter of Truth. LOLGG. Alright, so probably want some of these things. Which are generally going to be better than Thoughtseize. Although Thoughtseize not bad. I think Unlife is something I can shave. And maybe an Oracle or two? Maybe an Oracle. I guess the quick kill lines want the Oracle in play, but or want the Oracle in my hand, but and I kind of want Pact again for quick kill lines, but like we've got time here. Blue white's not going to do anything to us. The biggest problem we're going to have is Teferi, which these will help us deal with, hopefully. They really put up a good fight, though. They had a sick hand for my turn there. Do you have a plan for Veto? Veto only counters non-creature spells. So they're not going to stop us from, like, they're not going to make us die with a veto if we play correctly, I think. No, we don't have a plan for Dovin's veto, but I'm not 100% sure that we need one. This is part of the quick kill line right here, so that's kind of sick. Just tuck one of these mines. Yeah, I mean, so they can definitely veto Ad Nauseam. That would be a pain in the ass, especially if I spent, say, a Lotus Bloom on it, and or a I don't know, any, basically if they veto an Ad Nauseam, it's definitely gonna suck. I do wonder if this deck shouldn't be playing Veil of Summer somehow, or Teferi. I did like those parts of the other deck. Same with Gideon of the Trials. Looks like it's going to be super annoying. Will the Glass Cannon get the job done? Find out in 2 turns. Well, I'm not on any kind of clock, so I don't know why you think that I feel pressured to do things quickly. The quickest kill line? I guess I could have cast my Unlife there. I'm not mad about it. Perfect. I'll get my planes, thank you. No, I definitely should have cast the Unlife there. I'm just being crappy because I'm tired and being distracted by chat for no good reason. Oh, well, I hope I don't draw my swamp. I really hope I don't draw my swamp. Opponent, don't upkeep field me. Draw step field me. Okay, that's fine. Put that in suspend. Yeah. Ooh. Pay what? Stupid client. Here's my Phyrexian Unlife. What do you got? Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Hey, how's it going there, Arkin? 6th stream today, dude. You played some Strifopile. I love that deck. You should see the amazing board state I was on the other day. It's like a really cool puzzle. I think you really like this one from Legacy. So, my opponent has Rest in Peace, Energy Field, Pithing Needle on my Dak Faden, and the Court of Cunning. They've got the Monarch. I have Notion Thief, Baleful Strix, Dak Faden, Carpet, Brazen Borrower, Assassin's Trophy, and Snapcaster Mage. Oh, it's basically my favorite deck ever, Arkin. I love this deck. Narset? Well, that mostly doesn't do anything to me. Mostly. Mostly. Alright, so we do need to find an Angel's Grace. I could try to win the game right now. Could Spoils for Grace, play the Oracle, and then Spoils again. They're only on 1 mana. But if they have Spell Snare again, I will lose. We could also just die by casting Spoils on Angel's Grace. I don't know, you guys feel like gambling right now? Just want to throw it all away? What did they put in their hand? Force Negation. Never mind. Never mind, I'm fine. They play Wheels. I assume not, but they could. I could always Spoils for a counter spell if they play Days Undoing. I don't know what they're playing, right? Like, nobody... I'm not going to assume anything about any deck I play against right now. Oh, the only thing I know for sure is that this is most likely some kind of blue-white control deck. Okay, I'm going to go for Mystical Dispute here. I guess I only have 2 of these. This is kind of sketchy. I guess I could go for Pact of Negation. Theoretically be less sketchy because I have 3 of them. Some hot new... This is a hot new archetype. It's called Blue-White Control. This dodges Mana Leak. Either way, I'm gambling. So... Pact. Time walks my entire next turn. But I guess I don't really care because they already have a Pact of Negation or a Force of Negation in their hand that I know about. Yeah, let's do that. Did I die? Oh! Looks like I died. They spotted me. Whoops! Live by the sword, die by the sword, baby. Did I go to exactly 0? I went to exactly 0. Thanks, deck. Thank you for that one. Maybe cutting the Unlife was wrong. I can go down a couple cantrips because of Teferi. I guess I could bring in Echoing Truth, but I feel like what I really want to do is just try to set up in a place where they can't cast the Teferi, but... I don't want the lightning. I think if I don't want the lightning storm here, slight better than visions in light of Narset. Oh, you right, dog. You right. And then what if well, I don't actually want to do this, but if I did, how insane is that? It's maybe not that insane. These all have to stay in together, which means I want more unlifes because Ad Nauseam Unlife is the much better way to do that. I just board out one Pentad Prism because it's... Well, I think if their Teferi's resolving, I'm probably in big trouble anyway. I don't know. I have no idea how to sideboard for this deck. But I do know I'm really, really impressed with our Game 1 win. As with the previous time I played this, like, I'm sure there's a lot... Yes, this is a keep. I gotta find some mana, but... This could easily be a really good hand. Top that. Thank you. Huh. Yeah, I'll just take the land, actually. If Ad Nauseam is the card I'm resolving this game, then I don't need the Oracle in hand. So I'm on pace to have 7 mana on turn 4, which is not enough. And that's assuming I draw my next land. Okay, well, we have double Pact with my double Angel's Grace, so we can actually spew 2 cards to beat a Teferi here. I'm not happy about it, but we could do it. And we would definitely have to counter a Teferi because the Teferi would stop my Lotus Bloom from coming into play. I would like to cast this. Nice. Nice! Hell yeah! Land. It's not really what I was looking for. Is Spoils any good here? I need double Spoils and an Angel Grace, not double Angel Grace and a Spoils. Darkslick Shore puts me up to 7 mana. Not enough yet. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. That's probably what we're getting. If I can hold on to the double Pact for my combo turn, I would really like to do that. That's incredibly frustrating. But, no, I just bottomed to Spoils, huh? I think I have to let this go. They should take the Ad Nauseam here. If they don't, it's like mildly big brain of them. But we'll see. Yeah, they take the Ad Nauseam. We hit a land, so now we can just hit one of our other 3 Ad Nauseams or Spoils. Spoils for Ad Nauseam with Angel Grace, so that's a whole extra mana on the combo kill turn. So that makes it 9, which is an awful lot, but maybe we'll get there. Double Pact is damn good. Like, that's the one. That's everything I need and more. Party Crasher. That is an incredibly strange card. I love it. Cryptic. I can just pay for a Pact of Negation at this point. You wonder if they'll ever bring that mechanic into Modern. No. It's not about Modern. It just doesn't... That doesn't work at all with Magic. That would make it incredibly complicated. The amount of rewriting of the combat step would be excessive. Incredibly excessive. Because they would have to write in every permutation of how does it work if I attack while my opponent's attacking? Like, in what order do we declare them? Then in what order do we declare blockers? Then in what order do we declare blocking damage? In what order do we declare the multiple blocker blocking order, multiple attacker attacking order on the block? They would never ever do that. It would be completely egregious. I guess I just jam this other Pact here and hope we top deck as Spoils or something. Spoils doesn't... No, Spoils would do it. We could win with Spoils. Alright, let's just jam this other Pact. I have an Angel's Grace in my hand, so that takes care of both of those Pacts. We just need to draw a combo piece here. Just create a sub-game during the combat step. Easy. You got it. I like that. I like that. Pay to prevent losing the game. No, I'm good. I'm happy to lose if the game wants me to. What? The game doesn't want me to? Highly suspect. What an incredibly strange turn of events. The very idea. Spell Queller and Mana Leak. Mana Leak I can beat. Alright. We're on a 4-turn clock, baby. We have no cantrips left. Got a 2-liter bottle of Shasta and no date. We're looking to draw one of our 3 Ad Nauseams that are in the top chunk of our deck, or the 3 Spoils of the Vault that are in the top chunk of our deck. Clearly should have kept the Spoils mid and big brain. A Shasta's a soda. Got no date, 2-liter bottle of Shasta, and my All Rush mixtape. Let's do this. Is it a portmanteau of shitty and pasta? No. They did not reveal the field, did they? Oh, they did. Okay, so they have 1 unknown. Bang. Shit, that's not what I was looking for. I guess I could have held that, but if they start bouncing my mana sources again, I want to have an out. What about Party Crasher has haste? Yeah. Now they're going to Cryptic again? Okay. This time, I think I'm just going to sack the Lotus in response, right? So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, which is, I think, all I'll ever need. Should be all I need. So if they go to bounce my Lotus Bloom, I'll just sack it in response. Deny them the draw. We are looking rough on time, though. We're just going to die before getting the combo. Turn target permanent and draw a card. But what if you didn't, though? Lol. So we can use the Angel's Grace to survive next turn where we otherwise shouldn't. So... Well, I guess the mana leak's going to be problematic if I ever actually draw my combo kill. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I can Ad Nauseam through the mana leak, draw my deck, then play a land, then play the Oracle. So we're not done yet. We have an out. If I draw Ad Nauseam and the only counter in their hand is mana leak, we can win the game this turn. That's not the Ad Nauseam. Alright. We were close. Vendilion. One turn too late. Oh wells. Yeah, that was a good one. It was a good one. We never drew a single Mystical Dispute or Spell Pierce, and I definitely think I could have sideboarded better, but I'm not exactly sure how. It's definitely an interesting matchup to sideboard for. Did we have enough to pay without tapping City? No, we didn't. We would die. You're right. Yeah, so that didn't work anyway. Good to know. Good to know I was definitely dead anyway. I thought I just got to keep these rainbow lands for free. I'm honestly only really playing 3 colors. Seems unfair that I don't get free rainbow lands when I'm playing 3 colors. Yeah, this is pretty good. If we find a Phyrexian Unlife or a Angel's Grace, we're very close to winning. Unlucky? Oh, is this burn? Good. Good. Not so good. Not so good. I need a 4th land. But I also need to draw the Oracle or the Angel's Grace. Or Phyrexian Unlife. Any of those things will do. Skewer. Okay. Opponent is trying to kill me very quickly. I do not approve. Okay. This could get us there. Let's see what there is. Nope. They put their land in tapped. Wild. I have no idea what this could mean. I already took my damage, though. What are you doing? You crazy? I already took the damage. What are you... Okay, whatever. Bang. Off the top. I got 8 hits, baby. I got 8 hits. Let's hit them. That ain't it, dog. That ain't it. Okay. Can I spoils into Angel's Grace and then does that do anything for me? It could. Not likely. Three pair, does that beat a full house? Not so much. No, there's like nothing I can do with this hand, unfortunately. Thought this deck was banned. No, this deck wasn't banned. Elvis did not die, he just went home. Depending on how they take this turn, if Angel's Grace is like literally on top, we could end up being okay here. We'll see. Top card is Thassa's Oracle. Okay, so I can... Spoils for Thassa's Oracle, I guess. But I'd rather spoils for Angel's Grace. I have to hit it quickly. Essentially. I guess I need the Oracle, but like... I guess I need the Oracle. And I need the 1 life. Yeah, dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards down. I'm at -3. Yo! Didn't draw any of the cards we needed in that matchup. Unfortunate. We do have ley lines, though. So that should be good. Don't think I need pacts. I guess Echoing Truth could be pretty okay here for Eidolon or things of that nature. Definitely don't need Thoughtseize. And that works out really cleanly. Spell Pierce. I don't think we need Spell Pierce. So I'm not worried about them playing Destructive Revelry. And if they wear tear my Leyline, that's probably okay, because by the time they do that, I should be working on winning. We'll see. I think this boarding makes sense, but we'll find out. Could also be correct to bring in Bontus, but I'm not sure. It's a damn good opener, even though it doesn't have a ley line. Alright. The mana is just so good, and we have turn 3 on life. Ad Nauseam Hun. Don't much like playing against it, lol. That's okay. Comma. I hate burn. Smiley face. Just get that on record.
Meanwhile.
Draw the second spoils. And there's the Oracle. So we would turn 4 kill. We've been colossally unlucky with our Lotus Bloom so far. Smiley face after backhanded compliment. What are you, the PTA? No, I'm a soccer mom. Real talk, though. I don't think that was a backhanded compliment. I just said it's okay for them to hate me because I hate them. So I have a second spoils here plus the Unlife. So we can spoils for a second Oracle on turn 4, then spoils. So I think I'm willing to play this as a blocker and just scry. I don't want either of these cards. Choose one of these cards. No. I could choose Unlife, because then I'm going to insulate myself from them having a removal spell for my Unlife. Because once I get the first Unlife into play, I'll have time for the second one. So, okay. Our hand is pretty stacked for this matchup, so let's just play as if we have time. Elvish Spirit got an MH2. People were actually talking about that. Do you know that? And it's very clearly is not going to happen now. If they were willing to, no, I agree that it will never happen. But people were saying like it was a thing that could happen, and it's like, okay, yes, technically yes, it's technically possible. They have Searing Blaze here. Nope. I agree. I don't think that they would do that, but it is technically possible. Bolt my Oracle. All right, you did your job, baby. Now, return to me. That damn Goblin Guide keeps showing me cards I already know were there. Woohoo! So if they tap down, we just win. They ever print crop rotation into modern? No. I think they could. I mean, what do you do with crop rotation in modern? There's no dark depths. There's no wasteland. I mean, yeah, I guess it would be kind of obnoxious for Tron. Yeah, I get it, but like, is that really gonna make that deck any better than it already is? It's already insane. Crop Rot would hit Amulet. Okay, but it is one of those things I could see them doing and be like, oops, lol, we didn't notice how good the good decks are. We never test this shit. Like, I really can see that happening and them being like, yeah, we didn't have any Amulet players on staff, and we did the math on Tron and it seemed okay. Didn't realize Uro would be busted. Well, Uro wasn't busted. Uro isn't busted. Uro's just, unfortunately, the best mid-range threat by such a ludicrous margin that it tends to heavily, what do I want to say, narrow metagames. Okay, they tap for red. Thank God. So we're going to 1 here. By the way, my burn opponent just pulled off a turn 3 kill. It's not going to kill me, but they did in fact pull off a turn 3 kill. I do have to be careful with my mana here, so I have to play the City of Brass because I need black, blue, blue, and black. So we dig through our deck, hit Thassa's Oracle, then we play the Oracle with priority held. You don't actually have to do this, but play spoils. Who wants to name the card for Spoils of the Vault? Oh, you guys just did. We're gonna name Once Upon a Time. This is a story, but a funny instant. That was in the format once a long ago. Got him. Here's a story about a funny instant. Abandon Hope is still a classic. It's not on the list. Abandon Reason is on the list. I don't know why Abandon Hope isn't. Sowing Salt is also a great name. Naming half of split cards is usually kind of fun. Like name Stomp. It does not have to be Modern Legal. Or it shouldn't have to be Modern Legal. It should not have to be Modern Legal. It may be the case that Moto is telling you it's supposed to be Modern Legal, but they did in fact change the rules a while back, where you no longer have to name a card that's legal in the format you're playing. That used to be true, but it is no longer true. Yeah, 1996 World Champion. Yeah, that's a good name. Shifukujin Dragon. How does Burn beat Ad Nauseam? I never beat it. You just did in game 1. Period. They literally just beat me in this match, but whatever. How can they ever win? I mean, other than the times where they win. So we basically have to mult a Leyline or turn 4 combo here. Wait. Name SS. Oh my god, that's great. How did I not think of that? I'm such an idiot. Alright. Turn 1 Lotus Bloom, not going to be good enough. We also have ley lines to mull too, so. Jeez. I mean, that's like a potential turn 4, but that's not good enough. Still no freaking Leyline. We have Unlife Ad Nauseam, though. I guess this is going to have to be good enough. So just tuck the Grace. Tuck a land. Pray we hit another land. Okay. My opponent just asked me, is there a red card where you can't search your library? So they're asking me if there's a red Ashiok. I don't want to make comments about the I don't want to make comments about the burn community. Stranglehold. Isn't that a commander card though? Yeah. I mean, technically it is a card, so kudos to you guys. Well played. That is technically a card. We'll bottom that. What makes it suggesting it more hilarious? Yeah, I should tell my opponent. Grafdigger's Cage, hilarious. Okay. Stranglehold, I mean... So my opponent took a free mulligan for me. That's nice. That is a great flavor text. Alright, I want to make sure I can play this on life next turn. So, unfortunately, we're going to spew a little bit off of our Pentad Prism. Should be okay. We could also just hit a land here. We did not. We hit another Pentad Prism. Yikes. Don't need Leyline. Do need Seachrome. So Unlife should buy us enough time, considering that they have a Graph Digger's Cage. Yeah, the flavor text is great. I would not like to see Eidolon. Skewer? Yeah, Skewer. Strategically missed the land drop, so the fast land we scried to the top comes in untapped. That was the plan all along, baby. That was the plan all along. $10 out of 10, top tier strategy. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. They got a draw step stop in their burn deck. I love that. So next turn we can set up another Prism, and then I'll have 6 mana on the following turn. Need 1 more after that. In theory, I could Ad Nauseam through my deck. With Bolt. Okay, so we're going to 1? Man, they've been really unlucky. That sucks. Because not putting me at less than 1 gives me a whole another turn if I don't tap my city, which I currently don't need to. Oh well. Oh, or we could draw that. Yeah, this deck is definitely takes some wrapping your head around without Simian Spirit Guide. Also, did you know that if Ad Naus and don't draw the last card works, right? Yes. Yeah. We can do that. Okay, this is fine. Also, hilariously, if I play Angel's Grace when I'm at negative life, damage will put me 2-1. Which is just... I think Roy, more than anyone I know, would appreciate that interaction. If you're at like -6 and you Angel's Grace and you take any damage, it'll set you to 1. Which is just wild. If that's true, agreed. I mean, maybe I'm reading the card wrong, but until end of turn, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1. You don't think it works that way? It's possible it doesn't. So we can just Ad Naus on their turn as long as we're not dead. This is going to put me to 2 poison. And then we just play Grace on their turn in response to basically anything. Don't we just Angel's Grace with Eidolon on the stack? I need a little more mana right now. I didn't have enough to win the game that turn. Well, we're about to... we may find out right now. Oh, that's right. I had the land drop. Thank you. I mean, it's not going to matter. We're okay. But good point. Good point. I did have the land drop. This way we get to run our experiment, though, which is exciting. So what we're going to do is play Angel's Grace off my Pentad Prism. Now, we're at 0, and we're about to, quote, take damage that would reduce our life total to less than 1. That did not help us at all. Okay, so we did in fact need to have we did in fact need to have at least 1 life. I am now aware it doesn't work like that. This is not good to know because they have an Eidolon in play. Yes, but reducing my life total to -5 is reducing it to a low number that is less than 1. But apparently I'm reading it wrong. I'm reading it the other way you could interpret that. So I think we're just dead now, which is a little unfortunate. I can play the Ad Nauseam and pick up my deck. But there's no way I can stop taking damage from the Eidolon. Maybe they'll scoop. Let's find out. Yeah, but I can't resolve it through the Eidolon. No, I understand that, Mike. I was doing it to run the experiment, and I didn't think it was going to go so horribly badly for me. Yeah, I understand all the ways I could have done this. I understand all the ways I could have done this, no problem. I have no problem with that. I just didn't realize it was going to go so horrifically badly because I didn't do the math on if my experiment is wrong. It's not a problem. I mean, really, we chalk this down as a W in terms of like the abstract performance of this deck, and we move on with our lives. Now I know. I just knew that it worked weird, and I thought it worked weird the way I thought was the funniest, but it turns out it works weird the way that is not anywhere near as funny. It is only sadness. Lose is to improve. Exactly. I've always said to people the only reason I'm any good at this game is because I've made the mistakes enough times. My opponent has not conceded. Okay. All right, so we learned things for the future? No problem. No problem. So for anyone who's interested in the future, make sure you Angel's Grace before you go lower than 1. That does not work at all like the way I thought it would be hilarious for it to. Yeah, and our lovely burn opponent now gets to believe that they can beat Ad Nauseam. Which may or may not be true. You ever had alligator steak? No, I've had fried alligator bites, which tasted a lot like chicken nuggets. Yeah, Grace and Unlife should buy you so many turns, if you play it correctly. If you're not an idiot like I was. It's a damn good hand. We never ever seem to be able to hit Lotus Bloom on 1, though. It's really frustrating. And, like, I didn't hit a Leyline in that entire matchup except for the ones that I scried to the bottom, which was kind of not the best. I will keep the second Serum Visions here. I'm excited to have multiple scries. Oath of Nissa, okay. This Sliver Legion. Oh, shoot. I am so excited. Guys, we're against slivers. Time to die in style. If we can't win this matchup, then maybe this deck is bad. Come on now, Mike. Don't you do that to me. Unless, oh. Yeah, they're playing the combo deck. Okay. My opponent is playing a combo deck. If you've not seen it before, get ready to get rocked. This deck is a wild thing. I think I should use one of my mana here. We drew Temple, and we have more lands on top. I am glad I used that cantrip. Okay. I wonder if they can go off this turn. I don't remember how fast this deck can go off. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you guys, but it is absolutely sweet. Yeah, okay, so Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. They can put a vampire from their head onto the battlefield. Yeah, the vampire that they choose is, of course, Morophon the Boundless. They choose Sliver. Reduces the cost of their slivers by white, blue, black, red, green, which means the first sliver is free. They cascade the first sliver for free. They hit Search for Glory. Search for Glory lets them search for a legendary, snow, or saga card. Sliver Hive Lord, which is also going to cascade. Gives all their slivers indestructible. Gets them another Sorin, sure. Gets them a Sliver Legion. Sliver Legion gets them aboard the Weatherlight. I wonder if they have a way to get haste. I bet they do. Nope. They do not. Okay. Well, that's a good draw. Okay. Square one. Bottom that. Sleight of Hand. Take an Angel's Grace. Serum Visions. Spoils. Crap. So Spoils is on top. I draw it next turn. I have 2 Angel's Grace, though. We'll see how long this can keep us alive. 1 Angel's Grace puts me to 1. The next turn we'll go to 1 again. Although if they're clever, they'll sacrifice their Morphron to put me to 0. No, they won't be able. They can't do that at sorcery speed. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to fog enough. We'll see. Summoner's Pact. Okie dokie. First Sliver. Okay. It is legendary opponent. But alright. Cloud Shredder. Okay. Maybe they're just seeing how much they can hit for. This is kind of neat. I know. Cascade, 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 baby. Boats, 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 boats. A Hydra? There is a card that has Cascade, Cascade. I forget what it's called. I thought it was a Sphinx. Or like an elemental. Is it Maelstrom Wanderer? That doesn't sound right. Maybe it is. Maelstrom Wanderer. I want that to be correct. Look at them go! I think it's multicolored, dude. think it's from a Lara block, and I think it's several colors, like at least 3. Here they come. Oh, okay, you're talking about some nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of that card before. The problem I have is I need more mana. Oh no, I'll have 7. Okay. Problem is I don't have an Angel's Grace yet, or an Oracle, but if I draw either of those, we'll be okay. So next turn, we take a gigantic hit, and we go to negative, but we won't start taking poison damage yet. So if they're very clever, they'll shoot me with Sorin first, and then they will kill me. I guess if they try to, I could respond spoils. Shit, they're doing the thing. I can respond with spoils for Angel's Grace here. That won't work. I'll go to negative first. Is there anything I can do in the main deck? I don't know if there is. Unless Angels is on top? No, oh, yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Yeah, and it's... yeah, but then we also have to draw, like, the Ad Nauseam next turn. Seems incredibly unlikely, but we'll try. It was 21 cards down. Oh, no, I agree. It wasn't a huge out. I should have checked if the top card was Ad Nauseam, but it's alright. Bontu's Last Reckoning not useful because they have Indestructible. Echoing Truth on the other hand. And Spell Pierce. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we definitely go for it there, right? Like, there's no way we don't. No. How's the night been? In what respect? Generally very good. I got some cool work done today on a podcast episode, and we did an ability, a keyword ability, and ability word quiz that I did not do particularly well on. I didn't do horribly on it, and then this league has been pretty rough so far, but I do think this deck is definitely promising. I'm going to keep this on the back of the Serum Visions and the double Thoughtseize. Pretty sure I'm supposed to mull to better mana than this, but would need a good Ad Nauseam player to tell me. I mean, Serum Visions could smooth us out pretty well. We actually have, like, this is actually a pretty good hand. All we gotta do is hit lands. And the Serum Visions should smooth us out reasonably to do that. Yeah, supplemental episode. It's like almost 4 hours long, I believe. Which is insane. But, it was, I mean, it felt good to record it. It's mostly just me and Mordekaiser. There's a little bit of Brian and no Jiggy Wiggy, unfortunately. But it was certainly awesome to record it. So in theory, they won't be able to combo me this turn, so we have the space to cast Serum Visions this turn. But I could always just Thoughtseize them for safety. That's a tap land. But then I get to keep it. Yeah, let's just Thoughtseize. And we'll see if we need to Thoughtseize again next turn. They don't have enough mana. They do have an Abrupt Decay. Summoner's Pact. They don't have enough mana and they don't have a Sorin. Seems like a really sketchy keep. They can't cast this Abrupt Decay? Alright. We'll just keep in mind that's there, and we can Thoughtseize them before we cast... Yeah, that's what I'm taking the call. Yeah, Odin's the new episode is a pilot project of mine, essentially, called the Gitaxian Probe, which is a supplemental episode for Serum Visions. There's one unknown. I don't need either of those. So if I put Unlife into play this turn, next turn I can go, or I can at the end of their turn I can spoils for Ad Nauseam, assuming that they don't put another green or black into play. But I won't have enough mana to win the turn after. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's not enough. Getting closer, though. I just put this in. And assume I get to the next turn to Thoughtseize. Maybe I should have done that in the reverse order. We'll see. Okay. Opponent's discarding the hand size. Sick combo deck looking not so sick. They discard Morophon the Boundless. I assume that means they have another one. Okay. That's fine. Double fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we go Spoils for Ad Nauseam when we win on my next turn. Perfect. They now can play the Abrupt Decay. We have an Angel's Grace, and we'll have a land drop, so we'll be good here. Beauty. Beauty! It's absolutely great. Unless this kills me. I need this not to kill me. Please don't kill me. Wait, did I keep my Pact of Negations in my deck? I did not. I do have a Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce can't counter. Nothing can counter Abrupt Decay. Okay, we could get God here. If the spoils kills me... Okay, it only did 2 damage. Good. Good. I did need that not to kill me. Okay, we're good. Ah, neat. Double checking my mana. Yeah, we're totally fine. Oh no! Guys, we're super dead. Hold on, Angel's Grace. Alright. Draw another Ad Nauseam, sure. But what if I drew my whole deck, though? Look at my timer. Look at that moto lag go. You gotta love it. Look at that blubber fly. Woohoo! All right. Cameron. Five cards to go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Am I done? Yeah, I'm done. All right. Let's find a blue source. That'll do. Hello. Why? Why would you make me do that? Oh, they wanted to see my whole deck. Sure. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good players. Well, good. Okay. Pretty happy with the sideboard that I did. I want Lotus Bloom and Spell Pierce in my opener. Yeah. Or Thoughtseize. Am I seeing what I'm seeing? Oh, you're seeing it. Playing some post-banning Ad Nauseam, Sir Karsten. And we'd actually be 1-1 if I knew how the rules worked. That is not an Ad Nauseam. There are 4 Ad Nauseams. Thank you very much. 1 Ad Nauseam. You take me for a sucker? Alright. This doesn't have anything, the things that I need. It's a really good hand. Opponent kept their 7. We've seen a turn 3 combo is possible out of their deck. But I've got a lot of looks at a Spell Pierce or Thoughtseize here. I'm going to keep this hand and be annoyed when I get punished for it. Is that what we're doing? I feel like that's what we're doing. Maybe that's not correct. We can do a second cantrip next turn too, before, and keep our black up. All right, we're keeping this. We have so many shots from this hand that I feel like mulliganing would just be negligent, disrespectful to how good this actual 7 is. Okay, well that isn't what we need. So 1 miss already. We drew Darkslick Shores. We got Angel's Grace and Lotus Bloom on top. None of these are what we needed. So already looking poor. I guess I bottom both of these. Angel's Grace, not so good with the Unlife. Angel's Grace does help us with a turn 4 kill. Lotus Bloom at this point would be for turn 5, which I really don't think is good enough. So this gives us 3 more shots, 4 more shots. We got a draw step and then a sleight of hand. So 3 more shots at a Spell Pierce or Thoughtseize. They fetch proactively this game. That's interesting. Okay, we have double spoils, so we have a turn 4 kill here. We don't actually have the mana for it right now. Unless I... No. This doesn't work right now, but it still could. Still could. Alright. Okay, well now I have the mana that I wanted. Did not hit any of the disruption, though. So hopefully their turn 3 play here does not immediately kill me. Okay, they've got Eladamri's Call. This is a little scary. they get the first sliver, so I'm assuming they already have Sorin, Morophon, and their black source. Is it black source? Search for glory. Okay, so they're not going off this turn. This is very good news for me. They get the Sorin, sure. If I Echoing Truth their Morophon, how much does that set them back? So they play Sorin. They -3 the Sorin. They put in Morophon. Then they can cast the first sliver, because there's no trigger on Morophon. They get their Cascade trigger, then I Echoing Truth. But I have the kill next turn if I play the Unlife now. I think that's probably good enough, so I'll just gamble that they can't literally kill me through Phyrexian Unlife this turn. One assumes they cannot. From what they showed us in game 1, doesn't look likely. So they drop in Morophon, they drop in first sliver, get Cascade. Even if they hit Cloud Shredder and they can haste in, we should be okay. So an X quality combo deck possibly beat this incredibly janky combo deck. It's not over yet though. Double Cascade. Hit aboard the Weatherlight. Hit Sliver Hive Lord. Still no haste. Second Cascade. First Sliver. Yeah, there's the Sliver Hive Lord. Hit Search for Glory. Does that give them something with haste? Sliver Legion. No, just makes them giant. It's Sliver Lord Tribal. By the way, I feel like this deck must be exorbitantly expensive in paper. Like the first Sliver and Sliver Hive Lord and Sliver Legion are all like fairly expensive paper cards because of EDH, I'm pretty sure. They hit Assassin's Trophy. Oh, no. Oh, I was not expecting that. Well, maybe we did lose. That's so gross. Holy crap. That's messed up. Hit a silence, okay. I guess they could still hit their haste sliver. Wow. Yeah, they just did it. We're just dead. Nice. Well played, opponent. Jesus. Brutal. Teach me to speak out of turn about this combo deck. I did type GG's to my opponent. It didn't go through. Yeah, we got wrecked. Well done, them. Again, I still have a lot of hope in this deck, but I don't know if I'm just like not aggressively mulling enough. I don't know if it's the sideboard is not well set up. All right, bye, Roy. Yeah. Sliver Queen is reserve list, I believe. Is it? Or is it just very underprinted for how popular it is? Okay, it is reserve list. That's what I thought. Because it's from Tempest. Well, it's from Stronghold. And the reserve list goes up to Urza's something? Is Academy on the reserve list? I feel like it is. Man, we've been like one turn off comboing so many times already. Same with the last version. And there was actually a game where I screwed up. It was actually the same game I screwed up with that rules interaction against Burn. I'll keep this one. We'll see how she goes. Same one where I screwed up in the rules interaction against Burn. I actually could have killed them on that turn that I passed. because I didn't remember that I had a land drop post Ad Nauseam. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This deck is not at all intuitive to me. Elves, okay. Could potentially be an acceptable game one. Guess we'll find out. Thoughtseize. Probably not. I think that's coming out too late. And the way my mana is set up here, we just need to find Angel's Grace and Spoils, or sorry, we need to find Unlife or Angel's Grace, and we need to find Spoils or Ad Nauseam. Okay, do they also have Heritage Druid? Nope. Okay. Somewhat lucky us. Okay. Okie dokie. Starting to look good. Starting to look good. Opponent's doing things. I don't like it. Stop. Stop. Okay. Untapped land is not necessarily good or bad right now. If I find Spoils in the top... No, I literally have to draw it with Serum Visions right now. So let's play... Well, this becomes a tap land if I don't play it this turn. So maybe we just want to play 3 Serum Visions this turn. Seems good. I should have left the black up. We draw Unlife. I certainly don't need another one, and I certainly do not need Thoughtseize. Could play Unlife here. I don't really think I want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can take 13 if they get a Lord into play this turn. That is a crazy amount of Elvish Mystics. I think I definitely want to leave a white mana potentially up on their turn. More Angel's Grace. Do not need that. Yikes. It's getting sketchy. Draw Lotus Bloom. Yikes! This is not what we like to see. Okay. On the plus side, if they don't kill me this turn, we get to play Phyrexian Unlife. You're angry? Angry about elves? Is that a quote, or are you actually angry about elves? Legacy elves is certainly something else right now. I mean, I don't know why they're actually... I haven't looked at the weekend's challenge results, but I assume they did quite well. I know the Sultai control decks and such have been doing exceptionally well. Coco. Okay, how many lords? Oh, but they tapped 3 creatures for this. There's very little chance we'd die this turn, but they could hit Shama the Pack plus a lord? No, that wouldn't do it. I'm not sure how they could kill me here, but they could. I'm not sure how, but I'm sure they can kill me. Hate Legacy Elves, don't understand why the creature-based combo deck thrives in the format with the best removal and best counter magic. Yeah, double Shaman would kill me for sure. I'm just assuming they won't hit that. I mean, yeah, it's definitely possible. Realm Walker and Azuri. Okay, so we have more time. Yeah, Mike, the other crazy thing is, like, I don't know if you've seen an Allosaurus Shepherd in play, but, like, that card is not okay. Yeah, I think they would have snapped it off too. Yeah, I think if they found double shop and they'd be like, lol, kill you. Like, who wouldn't? But we'll see. Also, what up, Relocate? Hope you're doing well. Twine is elite, sure. And they're getting ready for such a big kill next turn. BG's in WoW. Nice. Battlegrounds are fun. I played WoW during Burning Crusade mostly, a little bit during Wrath, and then a little bit during Cataclysm. Yeah, tiny bit during Cataclysm. It didn't stick. Couldn't make it work again. Was not exciting. Pact. Don't need that one. Okay, we're just playing Phyrexian Unlife here. So I can Angel's Grace to buy another turn, but then I really need to find specifically spoils. We're gonna be a little light on mana for Ad Nauseam. Yeah, I heard they're bringing it back for Classic. So Classic is actually moving through in real time from Classic to BC to Wrath, which is such a that's I mean, that move is A+. Blizzard may have messed up a lot of stuff, but that move is very cool. I think that's wonderful. And I'm one of those old bastards who really objects to a bunch of the what do you call them? Quality of life upgrades that the new expansions have gotten. Yeah, that was the thing I was talking about. Not only has it been like terrible, but their communication on it has apparently been abysmal. Like, they handled it badly, they handled the handling of it badly, they handled the handling of it badly. Like, there's 6 months of like no communication from the actual group that's supposed to be handling it. How much am I taking here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's not lethal. Maybe 12. Shit. It was 13. Something generated an elf. Fuck. How much are they swinging for? Is it lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it is. God damn it. Oh, that's incredibly tilting. They just drew everything in the exact order to deal exactly lethal to me. Savage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. That was horrific. Okay, maybe this deck is not as good as I thought it was going to be. It feels so promising, but this just happens all the time. Like, we could have won multiple turns there, and here was the card we needed. It was like a couple more down. It's so weird though, because none of the we're not getting affected by the Simian Spirit Guide ban here at all. Like, at all. Yeah, but we didn't need Ad Nauseam with Thassas. We needed spoils. Or we had enough mana that if we had drawn the Ad Nauseam on the turn before, I could have played it on their turn, drawn my deck, and then won on my untap. So I reject your statement that Ad Nauseam with Thassas is too much mana, because that's not the only thing we needed or could have done. Like, I'm just not... Like, if you look at all the matches we've played so far, every single one of them has been a 1-2, and it really, really feels like there's just so many games where we're like this close and then we don't get it. Burn I should have won, obviously I misplayed, but then my opponent mis-sideboarded, so that was not really a best representation of that matchup right now anyway. Yeah, it's not enough mana. I'm not mulliganing to like Lotus Bloom ever, which I feel like I should be doing. Like this hand is kind of crazy, but we get 4 digs towards our next land, so I'm gonna keep it. But like I don't understand why people say the deck seems too slow. It's legit the same speed. The only thing that changes, or no, it's not the same speed because you need more mana post combo. It's the same speed to get to the Ad Nauseam, but getting to the Ad Nauseam doesn't win you a game anymore. That's true. I also occasionally need pitch Spirit Guide to get you over the hump. It's just slightly slower, but it's always been slower than Storm. Like that was always the thing about Ad Nauseam. Ad Nauseam has never been the fast combo deck. It's just supposed to be more consistent, and the consistency is really what's letting us down most of the time. Like it feels like we can't find our combo pieces, and it may just be that I'm not mulliganing for the right mixture of things. Yeah, well, I was watching one of the Ad Nauseam players, one of the previous Ad Nauseam players, who has a deck with Dreadhorde Arcanist and Unearths with the Thassa's Oracle, and he's done some really cool stuff with that. I do wonder if this deck shouldn't be playing the Shelldock Isle that the other version was playing. That seemed like a really cool way to sort of cheat the mana, and Jace, the 4-mana Jace, also could be something that's like worth doing. Go bottom top, yeah. Pioneer, shell it, and try Inverter of Truth. So Inverter was in the last version, Mike. I thought you were there for that, and I found that the Inverter was the worst part. Yeah, the previous version we were playing was playing 3 of the 4-mana Jace. And it was also playing some Gideon of the Trials as sort of extra copies of Unlife. Yeah, I thought it seemed pretty solid too. So next turn we play Unlife, and then the turn after we can kill. Okay. So this should be turn 4, if we can find one more land. I didn't like the Inverters, but I liked the Gideons, I liked the Teferis, and I liked the Shelldock Isles. So I'm not exactly sure what mixture of things that the deck wants to play, but I think there's some potential that way. It's a shame Spellseeker isn't in Modern, but that could be in Modern Horizons too. Spellseeker could really make a shell with Unearth for spoils and Angel's Grace more functional. So this game, do they have Dwayne's Elite? No, it's a War Master. Do they have the Heritage Druid? Because then they get to go a little nuts. Yep. Oh boy. It's time to get ruckused. I need a land. An untapped land. That doesn't do it. Okie dokie deck. Oh no, I don't. I don't. The Ad Nauseam will draw it for me. Alright. We should be okay. Unless they have Abrupt Decay or otherwise. Or, obviously, Rexage. Duh. Let's see them not have Rexage, but Coco into Rexage. On my turn with Ad Nauseam resolved, or the Thassa's Oracle on the stack. I want to die in the most ridiculous way possible. I would like to be brutalized here. Then maybe we just call it a day at that point. This deck could use Talisman of Dominance again? Yeah, I could get behind that. Westvale Abbey, sure. What a sick art. I love that it just says like 9/7 down there, like as if that's not like a it's just like it's just a 9/7. Well, so mana has always been one of the choke points of Ad Nauseam. It does seem like it's worse than it was before. It is more restrictive, so you're right on that one. Yeah, the list is very, very tight. I mean, this deck, the way it's constructed, it very much looks like you basically have 3 flex slots and they're all Thoughtseize. The other 2 flex slots that you could have are the 2 Sleight of Hands, because there were versions of Ad Nauseam that would play 4 Serum Visions as the only cantrip, and some that would play 4 Serum Visions and 2 Sleight of Hand, usually that mixture. And it was like, whether or not you wanted to play 4 Thassa's Oracle, or like 1, or whether or not you wanted to do this, that, or the other, but... because there were a couple of other directions they could go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage currently. Oh, it's not 16. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. Crack it in for 14, you say. No problem. I will choose to cast it. Okay. We did it! Woohoo! Alright, we are going to win a single game in every match. That it is the way. Do 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 do. Boo doo. We got one. Blink, do it again. No. All right, so we really want to find a copy of Bontu's Last Reckoning this game if we can. I guess I kept in these Pact of Negations. That seems foolish. Maybe Echoing Truth, and then Echoing Truth and one Thoughtseize, one Spell Pierce, just in case we get to snag a Collected Company. Sure. Yeah, 3 pacts in the main deck is kind of crazy, but when we won our first game against Control, it was actually almost necessary. We needed 2 with the turn we went off, which was crazy. Because they specifically had Spell Snare for my Oracle. Can I keep this hand? No. I want to. It has a Lotus Bloom, but I somehow don't think it's going to be good enough. God, that is not better. Oof. Okay, going to 5. For a deck with 20 lands in it, this deck seems to draw an abysmally low number of lands. Don't know what's up with that. Holy crap! Okay, they also multi-5, but good lord, deck does not want to win at all. Sometimes I play leagues and I feel like my deck just wants to win. Like it always has good hands. It always draws up what I need, and not so much today with the. Not so much today. Opponent is tanking on the 5. They might be going to 4. We definitely are, so I would appreciate it, opponent. But at least I'm on the draw. 4/1s are for an enigmatic. I 5-0'd with that deck. I 5-0'd with an 81 card version of that deck, I think. Or maybe it was Niv first. No, it was Niv first. I did 81 cards with Niv. I did 5-0 with enigmatic, but it had a single Uro in it, and that clearly that was problematic. The only reason I was able to 5-0 was the Uro. Otherwise, it's just a 4/1. Can't be good enough. Just a little shy. Keep as you will get runner land easy. This hand doesn't even have the Lotus. Can't do it, Turtle Power. Can't do it. There we go. That's a keep. Man, that is. This would have been such a good 7, and I get to keep it as a 4. It's all right. They multi 5, so their speed should not be insane this game. They can have like mana and like 1 token enabler, or they can have like medium mana but like one of their like lords or payoff cards, but their hand should be pretty slow. Thoughtseize? They multi Thoughtseize. That's rough. Unless you're trying. That's fair. I guess they'll take the Unlife? I'm not sure. If they boarded in things like Abrupt Decay on top of the Thoughtseizes, maybe not. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, they took the Unlife. Okay, their hand is amazingly slow. Like... Whoo! Okay. Top deck of the Lotus, that's a good start. Let's set up for a turn 4 kill somehow. I'm okay with it. I hope you guys are too. War Master. Well, if they were going to play an elf first, that would be a good one. If I was going to draw any land... Alright, let's be conservative with my life total, I guess. Draw Oracle, spoils on top. So I have spoils, spoils, Oracle. So I just need Angel's Grace or... No, I don't need 2 spoils. I just need the Angel's Grace or the Unlife. My colors don't work yet. So maybe I should have kept that Serum Visions. But we'll see. Because the Lotus can give me... Yeah, if I had played this as black, we'd be okay, because the Lotus could give me triple blue, this could give me white, this could give me black if we drew the Angel's Grace. Feel lucky and just spoils for grace. Well, yeah, I could have done that. Oh no. Hand is not as slow as I would have thought it could be. Jeez! Whiff, whiff, whiff. They play lands, they can whiff. I feel like Spoils of the Vault and Ad Nauseam are great cards that ask you the question, what's the worst that could happen? Like, that's such a good design for a black card. What's the worst that could happen? I could die? Oh, yeah, okay, but what's the second worst that could happen? Okay, one more turn. They can pump their elves just once right now. And then they can attack for 15? Yeah. So I have one draw step to hit something. They have one card in hand. If it's another Coco, that could be really bad. Okay, this doesn't actually increase the damage this turn by all that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I would take 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, it's +3/+3. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 18. They can hit me for 18 right now. Unlife would be good. Unlife would be very good right now. That, I think it would literally win us the game over 2 turns. They're not swinging for as much damage as they could here. Not that it mattered. Well, it might matter. Who knows? Comes the Lotus. Alright, little Lotus. You know what you must do. Drop. Bang. It's probably not going to do it, huh? Sleight of Hand. Echoing Truth and Pentad Prism. If I go bottom, then Sleight of Hand, hit the Unlife, play the Unlife with the Lotus, I can Thassa spoils next turn. Okay. We're not out of it quite yet. If I hit the Angel's Grace, that doesn't do it. Okay. Let's hit the Unlife. Nope. Too late. Let's see if it was right there. Alright. Thoughtseize ate me alive. They had a Thoughtseize on their 5-card hand against my 4-card hand. If we had gotten to keep the Unlife, we would have been fine. But that's the breaks. So we've won a game in every single match we played. Should have won the match against Burn, but I punted it because I did not understand how the rules interaction worked, and I was overconfident with the way in which I thought we could find out, and I could have won the turn before that, so it was like triple punt. But I'm aware of it. So we're going to play the last match of this league, 1, to see if we can get a match win, and 2, so I can concede it to my opponent to give them the free play points or whatever. But both Ad Nauseam decks being pretty failures in terms of the actual results of these leagues. But I don't know. I really, really feel like these have a lot of potential. And again, I should look into the build that Ryan the Donkin was trying out, because he was saying he was having some promising results with that. And that's with the Dreadhorde Arcanist and Unearth and Aether Vial. It's a pretty wild deck. I'm going to go look up the deck list right now so I can show you guys what that looks like. All right. Hand seems fine. So yeah, the deck I was talking about looks like this. Oh, great, more elves. Don't need another Pentad Prism. Drawing too many prisms has been something that happens too, and not enough lands. I don't know. Turn 2 Arc Druid. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think I just have a turn 3 kill here, right? Yeah, I have a turn 3 kill here. Interesting. We found the right combination of cards. But I will say Talisman enables the turn 3 kill as much as anything else we've done, so that's kind of interesting. Realm Walker, yeah. They will have at least 4 mana to work with. Okay. Total of 5 mana to work with. It's quite the sequence. Holy crap. How perfect. Angel's Grace, Spoils, Oracle. Yeah, we got it. We named Simian Spirit Guide. Whee! Got him. Did the big brain, baby. Did the big brain. So bring in the Reckonings, bring in Spell Pierce. Take out Pact. Take out Thoughtseize. We'll bring in Echoing Truth. Oh, I wanted 2 Echoing Truths. Okay. Alrighty. Potentially one more game left here. We did get the turn 3 kill in the last match, though, and that was interesting. Alright. Looks like our new episode of Serum Visions also went live, by the way, so if you want to check out the newest episode, you can always go to that link and check out an exhaustive dive investigation of the most recent modern deck dump.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season.
Hi, opponent.
And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Sorry about the turn 3 kill. Maybe you'll get me this game. Sand looks sketchy. Opponent kept their 7. The mana on this hand is like fantastical. So maybe we'll just draw everything we need. Seems like a really sketchy way to play the game. I did keep all my cantrips, plus I have the Bontus, so we do have the ability to get out of this. Alright, we'll keep this, see if we get lucky. Having this much mana is like, feels pretty comfortable. Key. Uh-oh. Too much of a good thing. Too much of a good thing. Okay, well, that's what we were looking for. At least one of the things. Alright, they're going nuts into my last reckoning here. Perhaps this will be the elves' last reckoning rather than Bontu's. This might buy me all the time I need. Well, if we ever draw an Ad Nauseam, we'll just spew off a value Ad Naus. Because I'm still at freaking 20. Look, guys, we're going to have 4 tap lands. Adnau's is the best draw spell in EDH. That does not surprise me. Opponent found their second land. Good for them. Lightning Greaves! Wild. I like you, opponent. You are sassy. Well, we have infinite ways not to die. We just need to find spoils or Adnaz. Wow. That's something. Seriously though, can we find the spoils or an Adnaz? Bang. Oh, okay. I mean, that'll work. Opponent says, I am dead, though. Not yet. There we go. We name. Okay, I can't keep holding priority. Or if I can't type apparently while I'm trying to make sure I hold priority. So let's see if we can find Simian Spirit Guide by hand. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. I could spell. Sizzle, good name. Simic. There you are. There we go. All right. So we did, in fact, win our last match against Elves. I just gave them the concession because I wasn't going to... so I was already at 0-4 Uranos. So at 0-4 I can't win any prizing. So I always enter the last match and then I give it away to my opponent. Because I'm not, I want to make sure that the money stays in the flow. Yeah, of course. Well, it's ridiculous that like people can drop, like, don't get me wrong, I respect people who drop O2. If you want to drop O2, that's fine. But I like the idea of keeping the money in the system, because whenever someone drops at O2, that's just free money for WotC basically, and I just don't think they should get their free money. How do elves beat that deck though? Well, one, yeah, turn sideways faster. Elvish Reclaimer to kill my Phyrexian Unlife can do it. So this deck has two different ways to win, which either involve using Angel's Grace or Phyrexian Unlife. If I use the Angel's Grace, yeah, it's the way I beat you in game one. No, there's really no way you're gonna beat that unless you're playing Thoughtseize, which you do post board sometimes, but if you have Thoughtseize post board, then you can take my Angel's Grace out and then hopefully kill me. If I have Phyrexian Unlife in play, you can get a Reclamation Sage, or you could play Abrupt Decay to destroy it. So yeah, really rough run with this deck, but I'm really glad we played that last match because we got to show off the fact that one, we can kill on turn 3, and 2, we can actually draw Bontu's Last Reckonings in matchups that we need it. I punted against Burn, so we should have won that match, but again, they mis-sideboarded, so it wasn't really a good representation of that matchup. I think we easily could have won against Control with a little bit either more tight play or better sideboarding or just being a slightly more lucky. I will definitely say I do agree with Michael. This deck took a hit in terms of the Ad Nauseam kills a lot harder, but the Spoils of the Vault, Thassa's Oracle, Phyrexian Unlife, or Spoils of the Vault, Thassa's Oracle, Angel's Grace kill, that is really good. So if you can find a way to maximize those cards, these guys right here, then you can be in really good shape. I really hate Lotus Bloom. It's just such a bad top deck after the first turn. And that was one thing I really liked about the other version we played, the Esper Inversion deck, that it wasn't playing that. Playing Teferi Time Raveler feels really good. Playing Talismans and Pentad Prisms, more mana, felt good. Wishclaw Talisman was good. This one we got really unlucky with some of the matchups. Like we ran into Etron and Titan where they just played Karn at us, and it was like, oh, all of our mana's off all of a sudden. So I'm not really sure how to reconcile those kind of problems that these decks are now having. But I definitely think that there is room for experimentation. This is an absolutely crazy list that Ryan the Donkin is playing. I should take a look at it sometime because this is wild. It's really interesting, really, really cool. Definitely has a pretty high potential here. So I think this could be really good, and I'll probably discuss this on the next episode of Serum Visions, just in passing, because I would like to get Jiggy Wiggy to weigh in on this as a direction forward for Ad Nauseam-esque play. It's got the Angel's Grace, it's got the Thassa's Oracle, it's got the Spoils of the Vault. So as I said, it's got the more powerful core, plus an interesting thing of Dreadhorde, Snapcasters, even some Seagate Stormcallers. So there's some like really cool potential in that deck. And I will get to it probably at some point this week, but for the moment, I'm actually just going to be done for tonight. Tomorrow, I'm probably going live early, and I'll be on for many hours trying to play Enigmatic Incarnation to qualify for the Mana Traders event. So if y'all want to come back tomorrow and check that out, I would love to see you then. Otherwise, I'm done for the moment, but I will try to send you guys over in raid form to some other Magic the Gathering streamer, content producer, etc. You can check me out on YouTube at this link where this deck is going to be posted, and I post all the decks that I play essentially. And check out the Serum Visions podcast. We just dropped a new episode today that was out of regular rotation, so that was a extra special bonus, an incredibly long episode, and should be a lot of fun to start seeing what's up with that one. Let's see who's live to raid. Just a little raid. It's not a big raid. It's just a little raid. Holy crap! So many people are watching Fluffy, but he must be almost done. So let's raid someone smaller. You guys are gonna go see some Portuguese Magic, Spanish Magic. I don't remember, but he is quite the good player. XYZ Principe. XYZ Principe. So enjoy that, folks, and see you around.